What is up, guys? It's your boy Magnus Prime, back at it again with a video for you all today. And what you have sitting in front of you is a Lego NES Transformer. You don't know what NES stands for. It's Nintendo Entertainment System. It was Nintendo's first ever console, and it started the whole generation of home consoles. This is my 500 subscriber special. Sorry I didn't post last week. I got grounded, so that really does prolong everything, but you know. So we're going to start off, this is a 5-section transformer. That means it has 5 different components. So this is probably going to be about a 20-minute video, and I will show them all off one by one and then show them all together in the big picture. So let's get going. So here we have your controller with the Nintendo logo, the A and B button, the D-pad, the start and select button. Pretty nice. Has a cord because this is back when this is back before wireless video games controllers ever existed. Next we have the Zapper, which was used in games like Duck Hunt and Hogan's Alley. This is the trigger right here. It's got its generic gray and orange, and it's also got a cord. Duck Hunt itself, the cartridge, I really like this. The Legend of Zelda cartridge, which I feel I really hit it off. And then, last but not least, the NES itself, which is super freaking big. This thing is, I think, like 2 pounds. I tried to get it as close to the actual thing as possible. I feel like I did a really good job. This is the slot where you put the games in. They do actually load, which I will show you later. This is where the controllers plug in. This is the start and select button. You know. So, I'm probably going to start off with the NES controller first. I have named this one Game Boy. Haha. If you're a Nintendo fan or a gaming fan, you will get it all together. This is the D-pad right here. The only thing it has to distinct it from the other black is the light gray pieces underneath. And it is lifted. You can probably see the hinge pieces right here. Let's get a bit more HD on that. And the cord right here. The cord does not actually detach for these transformers. So to start it off, we're going to start here on each side by coming and unclipping those pieces. Then you're going to swivel these pieces forward and then boom, like that. Flip them out on each side. These are going to become the legs. You can probably see the arms already. So we're going to fold this section up on each side. Then we're going to take this, push it in a bit more, and then flip it down. And then after we flip it down, we're going to rotate that forward. You can see the foot right here. And it's going to do the same thing for the other side. Like that. And then boom. That's how he's going to stand. It does look a bit weird, so if you don't like it, you can put it here. Oh, sorry. I forgot a part. You were supposed to rotate the D-pad back here before you do it. Then the next step is we're going to come here. And we're going to take this joint, pull it out a bit. It's going to clip into that stud right there. This is going to shoot out. You're going to unfold this part and then fold it down to make his arm. And we're going to do the same for the other side. Like that. Next, we're going to come to the back, open up this slot right here. And then after we open up that slot, we can put the cord there so it is dashed. And then last but not least, all we have to do is come here and flip the head up. Boom, Game Boy. So that's Game Boy alone. I really like the way he looks. Take a minute to look at his detail. I guess you could say this is his mouth or just a hole in the head. That's really the only way I could find to flip it up, I mean, but it works. These are his arms. His legs are his longest agendas. Give you really nice details on the buttons back there. So we're going to stand Game Boy down right here so you can see him. Next is the Zelda cartridge, and I knew I wanted to make the cartridges transform, but I couldn't exactly choose into what, and I decided that each cartridge was going to be something different based off of what it would have been. The reason I didn't do a Mario cartridge is because Mario can't really transform into something. It could be a fire flower or a hat. And none of those would really do anything or fit well, but I feel like the Zelda cartridge really captures everything strikingly well. If you're wondering what it transforms into a sword and the shield for Game Boy right here. So the way that you're going to do this is by unclipping this segment right here, and then it's going to come into 2 sections like that. You're going to rotate this up, and then this is a bar right here that Game Boy can use to grab it. And then this is going to flip this piece down and flip this up to make a super long sword. So what you're going to do is you're going to clip the sword in here. Like, oh goodness, it's falling off. That was not supposed to happen. It is pretty heavy, so it does make a problem sometimes, making him back heavy. And then you're going to clip the shield in right here. Sorry I can't do this with enough clarity on the camera. It's really hard to do in real life. So this is what he will look like after. Pretty nice, not that bad, but the sword is a bit heavy. I had tried to make it lighter, but it's just not really possible. But I do like the way that it makes him look like a warrior. So Game Boy and the Zelda cartridge are done. I'm calling the Zelda cartridge Master Shield and Master Sword. People that play Zelda will get it. So I'm gonna stand this dude back here and keep him there for the people that are still watching. Okay, next we have got the Zapper, which I am calling this one Duck. And if you're wondering why, this one transforms into a duck for Duck Hunt, and the Duck Hunt cartridge will transform into a dog. So to start off Duck, sorry, that gets confusing. You're going to switch out this black piece right here, which is the trigger. Those blue studs are supposed to be there. There was no other way I could put them there. That will move clearness of a passage for this piece right here, which becomes very important. You can see the Nintendo Zapper logo right there. So then what happens is you're going to come and take these parts off both sides, which are going to become the wings for Hunt. And then after that, once you take those off, this piece is also clear to move around. So you're going to raise this gray piece right here. You're going to flip this orange piece up like that. And then you can kind of see it already taking shape. So this is the head. So this is the eye right here. And then this is the beak. It kind of looks like a Pidgey or a Pidgeot or Pidgeotto from Pokemon. You're going to flip this piece down and it's going to connect with this orange piece to keep this orange piece from rattling around. Perfect. And then the cord comes back and attaches all the way on top right here. Then you're going to come to the front and flip these pieces down, which are going to become the legs. And boom, he is done. He becomes a massive bird. I know he's not a duck, but I mean, getting the duck form would be really hard to do, you know. So I just decided to make him become a bird. I really like him. He was probably the second hardest of the whole group. So I tried to keep those orange highlights on him, make him look completely like the Zapper. I don't have reference pictures that I can put in. But if you guys are here for this video, you probably know what half of these things are. Sorry, everything is falling over. Oh goodness, just forget that. So now we're gonna move Duck back to this corner right here. Now we have Hunt, who transforms into the dog. So you can see the Duck Hunt logo there. And this gun right here, this gun logo lets you know that it was a game that was used with the Zapper. So to start off Hunt. This is Hunt. I am so sorry. Why can't I just get that into my head? So to start off Hunt, you're going to raise this piece right here. Then I'm going to tilt this forward and then flip these up on both sides, these panels. The only thing I have as a complaint about him is you can see all these Technic curves and studs and connection and clips right here. And that's just because of the color that they are. And it kind of does clear up, but not the best. After you flip these ears up, you can rotate these up to make these ears perk up even higher. Then you're going to come here and you're going to pull this piece up, flip that out, push it down, and do the same for the back leg. And do the same on the other side. These are going to make his legs. And then these are going to flip up on each side to give him a stomach. And then, just like every dog needs, he has a tail that will rotate out and then swivel over. So boom, we have got Hunt. You can't really see him from that angle. He looks more like a dog from this angle, I guess you could say. He looks like the Powerpuff Girl that has the ponytails. So, not that bad. I mean, he's not the best looking, but for something that's supposed to be a game cartridge, he looks pretty good in my opinion. So now we got, oh goodness, we've got Duck and Hunt together as a duo that they are in Smash Bros. If you play Smash Bros, that is awesome. Just so you can see them a bit better. Not bad. And he's shaking. So now we're gonna rotate these guys to the back and bring out the biggest of them all. This dude I actually had a hard name coming up with. It's the NES itself. Sorry. So now we have the NES itself in all of its glory. If you are wondering, the cartridges do go inside. Sorry, I guess I was supposed to show this before I started transforming. Just let me take Master Sword and Master Shield right here and transform them back into a cartridge mode so you can see them on the inside. So it inserts right here, and you got to give your NES cartridge a blow, because everybody knows that those cartridges got so much dust in them, and you always had to blow on them for them to work. It does have a bit of a hard time entering. Uh-oh, it's jammed. Boom, it's in. And then, so it seals shut with the cartridge on the inside. The Duck Hunt one fits also. But I think by just putting this one in, you get the main idea. So, this dude was the final one I worked on. He was hard because he becomes a super big figure that's like triple the size of the biggest out of the small four. I like to think of him as Soundwave, and that's kind of why I did make him into Soundwave. Is because he has his little minions like Duck and Hunt, and then Game Boy that he can summon. But he's more like a good Soundwave. I know he has red eyes, but there's still some Transformers that have red eyes, and they're pretty good. It's just, I mean, it goes better with the gray and black than some light blue would. Some translucent light blue would. So I just decided to keep him that way. I actually couldn't come up with a name with him, so we are just going to call him Nintendo. See? Really sophisticated how I came up with that name, am I right? No, I mean, there's not really anything that's a fitting name for Nintendo's first ever console, so I just decided to keep his original name of the company that he is. And besides, people preferred to call their NES My Nintendo, so, you know. So we're going to start getting into his transformation. Sorry that took so long. I was fidgeting with Game Boy and he's still not working. The only complaint I have about this is there is a corner here, and that's because that is needed to transform. And these two holes here is because it will clip to the other side. So to start our transformation, we're going to unclip this from both sides. Like that. And you'll see it becomes 3 huge sections, which is what's supposed to happen. And this corner is basically going to just disappear, because the way it was made. So then you will bring these pieces all back here, and now you're starting to see why I called this a big heavy figure. It's just, once you make this thing the colossal giant that it becomes, it's terrible. So next we're going to take this piece off and store it here. It's not a part former, that will actually become its sword. I like to think of it more of a staff, but oh well. So next step is we're going to rotate this here and detach this light gray segment from the dark gray, and it does actually work. And then after that, this is the part where I have to make it levitate. We're going to bring this back here, and it's going to fold. And then we're going to do the same to the other side. So this is probably the part that was the worst. It just had to work this way because of how big it is underneath and the amount of parts. So do this on both sides, and then boom, put the feet up like that. Then that's when these segments will clip together, making the legs, and now you can stand this huge colossal giant. Now we're going to focus more on the upper half. Those can make the legs, as if you can probably tell. So I'm going to back them up a bit. And then after you take the piece out, this is just flimsy, so it will fall on the activation of gravity. It will fall back. So the next step we're going to have is rotating this, which shows his head right there. His head is really small in proportion to his body, but it still works. I mean, I could have put a bigger one in, but then it just would have looked ridiculous. I like to think of this part more of as a backpack. So, you know, and a gear pack. So you're going to come here and flip this down on each side. This helps transform the arms. Then you're going to rotate that segment up and then flip the arm a bit like that. And then it will allow for rotation of making the arm look normal. And then you can even lower it and move the arm. The arms have a lot of rotation and angles that they can be put at and still look completely legitimate. And then boom, that's his other hand, like that. So, you know, the last thing that is left to do is just to come here on each side and pull these pieces up, which make lasers. So he's got lasers on his shoulders. I thought that's a pretty cool idea, just to assist him. Because, hey, why not? Let's give Nintendo, the robot, some lasers. He was, oh, that broke off. He was originally going to be Rob. If you know what Rob is, you're obviously a Nintendo fan. He was a Nintendo toy that was interactive with the NES. And he's been used in Smash Bros. And, Mario Kart DS. But he was retired after the NES was dead. But it just wouldn't work out. Then the final thing you're going to do is this piece that we shrugged off. You're going to split it like that. And it's got a little piece here which will fit right on his arm. Well, his hand, I mean. And then boom, it just clips in like that. So he's a pretty huge figure. I'm going to slide him back a bit. And let's show him in comparison to Duck. Finally, got it right. There he is. So he is a huge colossal giant. Sorry, his sword's kind of blocking his face. Like that. So pretty huge thing. But that's kind of perfect when you think about it, because you kind of think of the master of being bigger than his comrades, so, you know. Okay, we're back. Sorry I had to cut out. I just had to put the rest of them in their position. So now we have got the complete picture. The NES Nintendo with Duck, Hunt, Master Sword and Master Shield, and Game Boy. So I really like the way that it turned out. My hard work really showed off. I wanted him to be Rob, but if you've seen how Rob looks, he's just wheels with arms and a big head and a laser and then a spinning disc. And it's kind of lame. I didn't want someone with a spinning disc as their weapon. Oh, look, it's the robot with the spinning disc. I'm so scared. So you can kind of understand why I decided not to do that, but I still feel like it turned out really well. Thanks for watching, guys. Please remember this is my 500 subscriber special, so I thank each and every one of you. I'm going to be going on vacation for winter break, so I'm probably not going to be posting, but I might be posting some content when I come back. I've been working on some inventions, like a Pokeball that you can see in the top right corner. I still have to tinker with it a bit because I want it to be red and white instead of dark gray and light gray. I want it to actually open. I've got a Lego link to show you. I've got my Lego Ninjara. I've got my Lego Black Adam versus Shazam. Got some gaming videos. I'm probably going to live stream for the first time. And, well, you know how it goes. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below in the comment section. And if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time. Bye.